was told last week that I was racist. Like, I'm racist on food, okay? Right? Yeah, I'm racist on food. Like, my coworker offered me a scone. My reply was, black people don't eat scones. She was like, that's racist, how could you say that? I was like, I've never seen it happen. I've never seen one eat one, so I ain't gonna be the first. We realized had to get on Google. We had to get on Google to ask Google a question. When we put in Google, does black people eat scones? The first thing that pops up, Magic Johnson, black people don't eat scones.
All right, everybody, good evening. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday Weekly. Tonight, I'm your host, Ken Boot. Tonight we have Tony Mcilwain. He is a local comedian in San Diego. I saw him on stage probably 10 days ago. Yeah. A Thursday from last Thursday in La Jolla Comedy Store. And he was one of the San Diego locals that really did a great job on the stage. And when we went to the shout out to Hennessy's and we saw Chuck Liddell, that was a pretty highlight. Yeah. You know, we all got some pictures with him. That was pretty badass. In short, Tony Mcilwain is a stand-up comedian, and he obviously has another full-time job, so we'll get into that a little bit later. Yeah. But welcome, Tony. How you doing?
Welcome. Whiskey Wednesdays.
There you go, man. Yeah, we got an array. We got some cognac, we got some tequila, and we have 4 whiskeys tonight. So hopefully.
What's your favorite?
Of this? Yeah. The Willet is probably my favorite. This is a very small select. My other 45 bottles are out there. I just selected a few for you. But we'll definitely try it. I don't know if he's a whiskey guy. He's more of a weed guy. And we'll get into that story as well because that's something he does for a living. So Tony, tell me a little, not weed. I mean, that's his job. He actually works in the weed industry. So just give me a brief synopsis of kind of where you're from, you know, where you're raised and things like that.
Originally from Maryland. Moved to Cali 2 years ago.
Okay, wow. Okay, so, and you're 29. 29. So you were from Maryland for 27 years.
27 years.
Wow.
I would say majority of my life I lived in Maryland.
Okay.
I lived in Virginia for a little bit of time. I lived with my dad for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I moved back with my mom.
Oh, okay. So there's a divorce there or some split?
They were never married.
Oh, okay.
The backstory is kind of crazy. I don't really know. Apparently, I got stolen.
Really?
This is for the great.
This is aftermarket.
Yeah.
Talk.
So like my mom told me like my dad, they was arguing and then he took me and then ran away and they drove to Virginia to come get me.
Okay.
To like my dad kidnapped me or something.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those like he wasn't allowed to take you out of state or something and he did and so it's considered kidnapping even though he's your father.
Yeah, it just was like. I was really young, so I don't really know. Right. I don't really know the whole story, so.
Right. Well, that's interesting because obviously you're fine now.
Yeah.
You made it. Now, I think you did mention that you're from kind of once that happened, your mom did marry someone.
Yeah.
And you brought like the Brady Bunch type situation with a couple mixed mixed family with some other kids on one side and the other.
So my mom, my stepdad, they got married.
Okay.
And I would say from 7 to 9.
Right.
From 7 to 11, it was my sister, and then my mom had a kid with my stepdad.
Okay.
And she had 2 kids with my stepdad. And then down the line, they brought my stepbrothers, so 2 stepbrothers came through. So at a point in time, in the household was 6 kids.
Oh, wow. At one point. And then you were the middle child, if I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of bunk beds.
It wasn't a mansion? You didn't have a room for everybody?
It was a 3-bedroom townhouse.
Oh, okay. In Maryland?
Yeah.
And what part of Maryland?
Edgewood, Maryland.
I don't even know where that is. Help me out. I'm from Maryland, by the way, and most people know that. So I lived there for 19 years.
You're from the Boons of Maryland.
Yeah, I'm from the East Coast, Eastern Shore, yeah. Are you near Baltimore? Or?
Near Baltimore.
Okay.
It's like 30 minutes from Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
So it could take me 30 minutes to get to Delaware, 30 minutes to get to Baltimore.
Oh, Delaware. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So you're kind of in that middle. All right. Well, that's cool.
Edgewood.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. That sounds like upper crust to me, man.
Edgewood, Maryland. Shout out Edgewood, Maryland.
There you go. Well, that's cool that you made it out here because I obviously, we all end up somewhere, right?
End up somewhere.
And you certainly do. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a shot.
Okay.
Obviously, that's what this whole thing's about is getting a little buzzed and having some fun. Now, he does not, prefer drinking over the other stuff we mentioned earlier, but he is willing to partake into the whiskey. I think we did some shots at Hennessy's, right?
We did do shots at Hennessy. I prefer the herb, but every now and then, you know, I will definitely get a little drink.
Yeah.
You know? I'm a lightweight though, so.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep it simple for you. You pour your own. I know you got to drive, so take it easy. Well, what we'll do is we'll start off with Makers because that's the one you said you mentioned. You recognize that one.
Maker, I recognize Maker's Mark.
Yeah.
Don Julio.
Okay, we got some tequila in the house tonight, and we have a little cognac. So we're gonna start off with the Makers, and even though I am home, right, while we're recording, you just tell me when. Good.
Cool. Yeah.
We want to make sure that my wife, you know, doesn't get mad at me. I'm walking out of here stumbling too much. All right, so cheers, Maker's Mark.
Cheers.
Let's try it out.
Maker's Mark.
Now, if you're not a neat guy, it'll taste a whole different. It's really good.
I don't have my chaser.
We got some water. What's your chaser normally?
Ooh. Yeah, that was
It's pretty smooth, isn't it?
pretty smooth.
When you taste it neat, and then you go and put rocks on it,
Yeah.
whole different
It's
taste.
a different drink.
Mm-hmm. It changes it. Now, some you have to have a little drop of water or two, but I try not to go with those, you know. And like I said, we have a little cognac in the house tonight. I've never had that as far as on the show, so that'll be interesting. So, as we talked about, you know, I'm from Maryland, but there's not, you know, we're from different worlds. It seems like even though it's kind of close in a small town.
Yeah.
What was it like to you? I mean, one thing, I hated the cold. That's why I moved out here.
Yeah.
The Navy brought me out here, but that's why I didn't go back. How about that?
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of cold, or do you like the SoCal weather?
Since I've been here, I do not like the cold anymore.
Right. And you've only been here 2 years.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm officially retired from cold weather. I don't want to get up and shovel snow anymore.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person that I wait till the last second to do everything.
Right.
And then in the East Coast, which is me, Maryland, you can't like wake up late.
Sure.
And like immediately like leave. You
Right.
gotta like preset your car to like
melt everything out.
Melt everything down. You gotta turn the heat on. That's like a 30-minute process.
Right,
okay?
right.
Like,
and then maybe if there's anything going on with the rain or frozen, you gotta get ready for the sidewalk. Not bust your ass, spray it down with a hose, whatever.
And then I flew back. I was flying back to Maryland, and I was in Chicago. I had a layover in Chicago, and it was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Cold is not for me.
Chicago is brutal, and I mean I've never been there except to fly in and out of it.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere I want to go. I mean honestly, I'm all about Hawaii, Mexico. We go to Jamaica. We're big travelers in the warm. We don't like
cold weather is not for a boy anymore. Like I do not.
Once you're born and raised, right? Oh God, it's hilarious. Now let me ask you before we get into it. Do you perform only locally here in San Diego, or have you done some LA shows or some?
I have a show in LA.
Okay.
On October 2nd.
Nice.
The Comedy Chateau.
Oh, okay. Nice. Good on.
So LA.
That's just coming up this week. That's
this week.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Nice. Are you going up there with anyone like Rafa and all the guys, or is it like just you?
Me.
Nice.
I ride solo dolo unless people want to.
Now, do you have an agent, or do you just kind of do your own thing? You just make calls.
I want an agent, or I want like an assistant or something.
Right.
Like I do my own bookings.
Right.
I do my own shows. I follow up.
Right.
You know, it's a lot, and I'm like, I need like an agent to like talk to these people.
While I'm trying to do something else. Yeah.
Like I'm getting like as I'm doing like driving today, I'm getting booked for a show as I'm like driving.
Nice.
I'm like trying to message this guy.
Yeah.
Same time.
Right.
Driving is not good.
Now let me ask you this, because I've always wanted to be a stand-up comedian. That sounds weird. Not because I'm with you. It's just most people don't know that, but people that are close to me do. And I don't know why I didn't do it, because I'm not afraid to talk to public. I'm in sales. I've done many speeches. I've talked. And I was the kid that everyone said you should be that, right?
Yeah.
But I just never, I guess, found the niche or did it. And especially if you're from Maryland, you're thinking, how would I break in?
Yeah.
Maybe it was when I came out here and I'd already met my wife and started a family, and that was it.
Yeah.
But what is it like? And I've only asked a couple people this before, but I'd love to get it on camera. What is it like when you the first time that you, first of all, you realized you want to be a stand-up, whether it's for a career or just on the side? And secondly, what does it feel like when you're up there for the first time, even if you do a great set? I mean, what are the nerves like in your experience?
So the first time I felt like I wanted to do stand-up, I was watching Jamie Foxx, the Foxhole.
Sure.
And I remember this special. He had on like a blue suit. His intro, he drove like a fast car. It was like 92.
Right.
So he drove like a fast car. And I was like, and I like got the movie all like on demand or on demand or something like that. And I watched it and I was just like, that is so awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
From that moment, I was like, that's what I want to do.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
It
didn't even
convince me.
Yeah.
if this is what a job is, that's what I want to do.
Nice.
And then doing stand up, I would say.
What was your first one? Where did you do it?
My first one was in Baltimore.
Okay.
Shout out to the Motor House.
All right. Like open mic night or
open mic night. Okay. I bombed really hard.
As I hear everyone does the first time or two.
Like you get 5 minutes.
Okay.
I was on stage for 45 seconds.
Oh, okay. Because you just froze up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was like talking, and I just remember this guy in front of me. He's like, "Slow down, slow down." But it was like you've ever seen the movies where like everything just warped and like everything just went in like slow
shrinks. Right. Yeah.
Everything.
Slow mo.
And like I was like hyperventilating. I was just like,
you were just like what do I do? Like you probably lose everything you had worked on, right?
Everything. Like just my first time ever being on stage in front of a crowd.
Right.
And I was like, I'm just gonna get off stage now, to save myself further embarrassment.
Well, what's interesting is I know that they say, again, none of this is experience, but what people have told me is that if you can get back up again after that, then it only gets not just easier, because obviously with practice anything becomes easier, but you realize that you can do it then. You know what I'm saying? Like you can take this on. If you didn't say that's enough for me, then obviously it wasn't for you, right? So did you have a comeback tour?
I went back.
You just kept going and going?
The next week.
Week
I went back. I was just like...
Same guy hopefully wasn't there, right?
Same guy was there. This is everybody, same guy. It's like, but you would think, like, I mean, they might remember you, they might not remember you.
Sure.
You know, so you can't even think about it like that. You got to think about it and like, all right, I'm going to do it. And then the guy that watched me, he was like, all right, yeah, he was like, you're pretty funny.
Yeah, you came back, you did some stuff.
He was like, you're pretty funny.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. It's pretty my second time.
Yeah, pretty funny is all right. And then he gave me like, he's like, yeah, you're pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, cool.
Yeah. At least I can advance on that. Right?
That's how it went.
All right. Well, cool. Well, it's time for another shot. We move on quick here. You want to go to tequila or stay with whiskey?
Let's stay with whiskey.
All right. Have you ever had Michter's?
I have not.
Okay. Well, this is one of my favorites. Even though it's first time opened, this is my fourth bottle, so I go through it pretty quick. Now, there's about 4 different kind of Michter's. There's, well, probably 6. I probably lied. But it's a really smooth. This is the straight rye, and I think you'll really, really like it. And it does have definitely a different flavor than the Maker's Mark, but I really think you'll like it.
It's
a bourbon.
Yeah.
But it's different for sure, huh?
It is different.
It's probably not as smooth to you as the Maker's, is it?
I actually like this one more.
Oh, good. Okay. I just know that it hits me differently, even though I like it more.
Yeah.
A lot of people want the smooth. This is a little bit more of a...
I like this.
Good.
Yeah, I like it a little bit more. It's actually the flavor.
Now, I want to know, real quick, going back to the childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it like in just a couple, maybe a couple stories or funny, like what is it like to come together as a mixed family? Like, when you have to meet new brothers or sisters and then you have to be with 2 that your parents had together,
So that was weird. The weird part is like when my mom first had my sister.
Right.
I woke up one Christmas and my mom wasn't there.
Okay.
So as a kid, you wake up, your mom's not.
Especially on Christmas.
Yeah.
Like that's weird.
Where the fuck are you?
It's the thing you don't miss.
Yeah,
right.
Where are you? And then my mom was pregnant with my sister, and that's when she had the baby. It was on Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So it was like kind of cool to like my sister was born on Christmas.
Yes.
And then a couple years later, had my little brother. And a little bit after that, my older brother, stepbrother, he moved in. He came from New Jersey.
Right.
And in that, he was a teenager.
Okay, already. And how old were you then?
So I was 10.
Okay.
So he was about 14.
Okay, so if anything, he wanted to beat you up. Or
yeah, I mean, we got beat up. We
spent. Bullied.
So and then my other brother came around like a couple years later, or whatever.
Oh, because he was late to the party, even though he was a brother already.
Yeah.
He just decided to move in with you guys or be a part of you guys' group.
Yeah, a little bit later.
Okay, got it.
And then we all grew up. I mean, we had a lot of fun together.
Sure. I mean, eventually it all works out.
Yeah. I mean, those are like my brothers. Like.
Yeah.
Like some of the best moments of us, we were all being on punishment.
Right.
I would say those were the best moments.
Right.
Because our parents, like literally when we got punished, our parents took everything out of our room.
Okay.
Only thing you had in your room was bed.
Oh, okay.
Bed and
no pillows. You couldn't have pillow fights. Nothing that would be fun.
we played laundry basketball.
Okay.
So we set up like our laundry basket, and put it on the wall, and play basketball.
Yeah, okay.
And then our parents was like, "There ain't gonna be no laundry basketball
in
here."
Right. This is absolutely no
laundry basketball in here. What are you doing? This is a no fun zone.
Well, it's funny you say that because we're not that we're the opposite, but our kids are pretty good kids.
Yeah.
But they've had issues, and we've never. I guess because both of us came up from really strict grounding.
Yeah.
My wife was always grounded, and I was more like beat and physically by my stepfather.
Yeah.
And that's not a big. I mean, most people know that story by now. But so for us, we're like, hey man, that sucks. You need to learn from that. We're not like taking stuff away.
Yeah.
But it's weird because I was raised like you don't have shit. You either you lose your bike, you lose everything. You know.
My little brother and sister.
Yeah.
They don't got it. They got it good, yo.
Oh right, because how much younger are they now?
So my little sister, she is 23.
Okay.
And my little brother's 21.
Right, but when they were little then.
They got it.
Yeah.
They
got
had
it
so
milked. Yeah.
they got it so smooth. They didn't get the whoopings.
Right.
They didn't get the punishment.
Yeah.
Like my little sister, she gangster. She talked back. I'm like, who raised you?
This ain't the same parents that I did, right?
It's like me and my older sister's like, y'all getting soft, yo? Like y'all getting soft.
Right, you're talking to your folks and stuff. You're like, what's going on?
I was like, do I gotta take my belt off to like? What are we doing? I was so mad, yo.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Now, let me ask you, how did you get from Maryland to San Diego? What made that? Because that's a big jump. Military brought me out here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of obvious. You sign up, and they just, here, you're stationed here, you're going to move here.
So I actually knew somebody in the military.
Okay.
And they were like, yo, you're doing Maryland, you're doing comedy out in Maryland.
Okay.
You want to do comedy in California.
Really?
It's like, you're going to be in Oceanside, which is next to San Diego.
Military base, yeah.
And LA is like an hour away.
Right.
And I was just like, yeah. I mean, like, yeah.
Why not?
And then, like, throughout my life, I've always met, it was always weird. I've always met people from San Diego and never LA.
Okay.
Never,
really?
I've always met people from San Diego.
Weird.
That's really weird, right?
I mean, even though San Diego is a beautiful city.
Because there's a base where I lived at, there's a military base.
Oh, okay. And we have a much bigger military presence, of course. So you're just saying every time you met, it was always like...
There was always somebody from San Diego.
So mentally, subliminally, that was like, oh,
yeah,
a lot of people from San Diego.
Made sense.
Yeah.
And
well, how'd you make the move? Did you just drive out, fly out?
Oh, we drove.
Okay.
Out
okay. So a friend, the person you're talking about.
So my friend was already out here.
Okay.
So they got deployed. They were in.
Okay.
They were in Inagua or something.
Okay.
Whatever that place is called.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they got deployed to San Diego.
Right.
And then it was like, they were in the barracks and it was like, I'm ready to move out. I need somebody to move with.
Sure. Oh, okay. Roommate search. Yeah. That's interesting because before I met my wife, I was a single person in the military, and I drove out, and I drove back with my buddy, trying to get him to see if he liked it. Now he went back home, but I mean, we're all trying to bring the folks over, right? So he's kind of like, man, I need a roommate, I want a friend.
You don't know nobody.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to make it big. I mean, no offense to Baltimore, but L.A.
I mean, it was either Maryland. I mean, it was either New York or California. I was like, I'm scared of rats, so.
And you already admitted you don't like the cold that much. Like in New York, when you had those winters, you'd been sucked.
I would love to visit New York. I don't want to live there.
I've never been there either.
But yes, and then made the move here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then you still with the same guy, or you're on your own?
I'm on my own now.
Oh, okay.
There's actually a woman.
Oh, okay. Oh, she was a lady. Okay. Yeah. All right. So she was a lady friend, if you will.
Not really a lady friend.
Oh, a true lady friend. Okay.
I would consider her my wing woman.
You're still friends?
No, not anymore.
Well, that's a different day. You said you would get into certain things.
No. See, we're not friends because of
because you had a relation.
Housing situation. I moved out early.
Got it. The lease, the whole you left her hanging kind of bullshit. Yeah.
It's like it's my fault.
Yeah, I got you. At least you admit it. You're big enough man to admit it now. Yeah. Now let's go back again to your. I don't want to jump around a little bit, but you did talk about sports, and we don't have to drive because I'm not a big sports buff. You have to be a part of it, but I do like to know. I mean, when you played sports, where you seem pretty athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 6'3" or 4 or 5 somewhere in there. You're lean.
Yeah.
Were you more of an athlete and just liked comedy, or were you more like, you know what? I like this, but it's really not what I want to do.
I was all in the sports, so it was all like.
So you thought Maybe one day.
Sports, basketball, football.
Yeah.
Any sport.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm very competitive.
Right. Oh,
so
good.
just being competitive
Yeah.
and like learning sports, and then I want to say, I don't know, man, I just always wanted, in the back of my mind, it was just like I always wanted to do comedy.
Oh, okay.
So
when that movie came out, was that that was not high school, it was after?
Oh, so that was way before. That was before, like, that was my junior year of high school.
Okay.
So that's when I seen it.
Right. So even though you were into sports and stuff, you still, like, subliminally or in the back of your head, like, comedy still might go.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you seem like you would definitely be into sports.
Yeah.
Just our conversations, and like I said, you look athletic, and sports are amazing. And you said you're the Ravens, the Orioles, and Wizards. Okay, so you're still East Coast fan.
I mean.
Well, you only been here 2 years, so yeah.
I mean, like, I can't, like, the Ravens is my squad.
You look a little bit like Lamar.
The Ravens shard.
You look like a little bit like Lamar Jackson, actually. Let's be honest.
Then you got, you know what I'm saying, you got the Orioles.
Yeah. I'm an Orioles fan.
Orioles.
American League, that's my team. Yeah.
And then basketball is a weird one because you don't have a Maryland team. Yeah, you don't have a Maryland team. I fall in love with players more than I fall in love with teams.
And back when you were probably younger, Jordan was like running the Wizards, right?
Nah. So back in high school, I was a Phoenix Suns fan.
Oh, okay. Is that Barkley?
Nah, that's.
I don't remember, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'm almost 50. So when you were talking about 29,
Barkley, that's like. It's like it was Steve Nash and Mark Stoudemire.
Oh, okay.
Sean Marion.
You got to remember, I love Barkley, but I mean, I don't know if he played when I was a kid or what. You got like a 20-year gap on me, man. Like I'm like struggling with timelines here. Yeah. Like when I lived in Maryland, like we didn't have downloads. When you mentioned you download that movie, I'm like, bro, we didn't have that.
You just down like
it was a freaking disc, you know.
VHS?
Yes, I grew up on VHS, man. My daughter was like on VHS. That's hilarious. Oh, man. Well, it's time for another shot. Let's do a red eye. Let's get you awake. Yeah. So this one is actually infused with coffee.
Yes.
I've only had this on the show one other time, and it was with 7 women.
If any coffee person would like to sponsor your boy, I will.
Are you a coffee guy?
Yeah, I do drink.
I do like a lot of coffee.
I do like coffee. I do a coffee detox though.
Oh, okay. Now coffee is actually out of Nashville, Tennessee, which is where Tyler is right now. I don't know if you saw his post, but yeah, that's a real whiskey town right there. So you're gonna love this one. If you like coffee, you might actually get a bottle.
I do like coffee.
Isn't that tight?
I
mean, that is good shit.
That's good.
That's so good. It actually has
straight.
That's what I'm saying. A little bit of ice, like iced coffee, or add that to your.
add that to your coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Add that straight to your
coffee.
That
shit hard.
Well,
it is one of my favorites. We
need to get that and add that to the coffee.
You're gonna get some of that for your next stand up. You're like, can I get some red eye so I can make it through the night?
And coffee.
All right. So let's see. Okay, so let's get into what you do now. We mentioned weed, you know, as a thing. So you come here, you work in comedy, but you work. How'd you get this job that you're doing, and what are you doing?
So originally, my first job was selling cell phones.
Oh, okay.
So I recently just started selling weed.
Okay.
But recently I was selling cell phones. Worked for cell phones for 2 years.
Okay.
And
like the phones or the service, like T-Mobile,
AT&T.
Okay, got it.
And just did that.
Yeah.
Slinging phones.
Got it. Yeah. That's a big deal. I mean.
Yeah. You need phones for everything.
Sure.
But it just after a while it just got old.
Yeah.
Like I work in sales, and then like I feel like sales ruin you morally. Like you can't.
I've been doing sales for 24 years.
You can't be a good person doing sales. Like you're morally, I'm like,
Well, phones are I know you're kind of like
And then so recently I put up like a post on Instagram. I was just like looking for new jobs. Anybody got any openings? Yeah. So my friend hit me up. He's like, I work at a dispensary. You want to come work here? I was like, shoot, let me try it out. Yeah.
Nice. And then since then, you work at one of the largest ones, and you deliver, and it's a big market, and it's legal.
Yeah,
as everyone knows, it's illegal out here.
Recreational.
Yeah, not even medical anymore. It's recreational. It's 100% legal. So, in knowing that, I was, when he telling his show on stage, he was talking about how he told his mom.
I told my mom I deliver weed now, and My mom's very anti weed, so she's not happy.
Yeah, but hey, it's a living for now until he makes it.
Until I make and do comedy, I will do anything other to make money.
Yeah, other than sell your body.
Other than sell my body.
Oh, okay. You sure that's all?
I do want to be a boxer model though.
A what?
A boxer model.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing I will sell my body for.
I just meant other than sexually. You would do. I'd sell my body for modeling too.
Yeah, like I mean, not sexually. Like
yeah.
I mean, there's not many things that you won't do for
money.
For money.
Yeah.
Like if you really need it.
Right.
Like if you really like sometimes like I'd be like I don't really need it.
Right.
Telling you like I really need it.
Yeah.
Like people do crazy things for
so
me.
If you're gonna give me this money to be a boxer model. Yeah. I don't know where the hell you came up with being a boxer.
I don't know, like if you
like just you mean boxer underwear or boxer?
Boxer, like I'm talking about like
yeah, boxer money.
Boxer.
Oh, okay.
Like you know what I'm saying, your briefs.
So I'm assuming you're somewhat worked out. You're in shape because you gotta be a boxer model. You have to be like you be like the average guy boxer model.
Average guy boxer.
Buy Hanes.
Buy Hanes.
Here's the thing, because you know damn well all the people that are wearing them underwear don't look like the pictures. So you're more like be real.
Exactly. Like give me a sponsor for Hanes or some type of boxers. Average guy boxers.
Yeah, if you're listening and you need a Hanes or a what's the other brand, Joe or something.
I don't know.
Joe Boxer. That's Joe Boxer. Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know Hanes and Ralph Lauren.
Right. But if you want to be, they're in sales, so they're actually lying because you're right. Everyone buys it thinking they're gonna have that stomach, and you're like, no, man, just give me the chance. Now, he is definitely straight. I mean, he's definitely not round but you're just saying you ain't got the 6-pack or the 8-pack.
I got like a 2-pack. I can get a 4.
Right, you can get the 4. Okay.
Never get a 4-pack.
So that's more average. I like that. Yeah, you're like
average guy boxers.
Why don't we just come up with average Joe boxers? We should just invent that brand.
Look, and who's not going to buy average Joe boxers?
Right.
Okay?
That would be the number one go.
Because who wants to spend...
Don't you dare take that idea. Because we're going to come up with
Have you ever had polo underwear?
Yes.
They feel so good.
Yes.
They're very silky and very nice. But those are not good for everyday use.
Sure. Because they're expensive and they're.
Those are for when you got your girl and you want to show off. But other than that, you don't wear... To go to work, you're not wearing polo underwear.
To fart and have to do all that stuff, man. Where you're like, man,
like,
I rode in my
good
good polo.
Disrespected if you fart in your polo drawers, okay? Regular average Joe underwear.
Oh God.
$10.99 for a 6-pack.
Oh, I think you're like $10.99 tax write-off shit. Oh God. So when him and I were talking, and we already brought it up that Hennessy's, I went a little further than I probably should have, and it's all Tyler Boone's fault, just in case he's watching. The guy definitely we had 4 drinks at the show. Yeah. And then we went to Hennessy's and he bought rounds of Jameson. Yeah. And then I mean obviously he carries his bourbon, Boone's bourbon around everywhere. Yeah. But we don't do a lot of shots of that because it's 117 proof. We've been 3 times shits to the wind. But talking to you about it, you were talking about a little bit your moment. And I know you're 29. You've only been doing comedy longer than being in San Diego.
4 years.
Right. So your break, in my mind, small break, was to get out here and make it a little bit bigger than Baltimore. Yeah. So what is it that, first of all, you haven't had your big break, right? Yeah. You're looking for that, maybe going to LA and doing your show.
I mean, I will never say it's like a big break. It's just minor, small moments that make you keep going.
Okay.
Like for instance, so during October last year, my mom's friend is a makeup artist.
Okay.
And he invited me to LA. Okay. To work on a movie set. And
nice.
The movie set had a bunch of Instagram influencers just hanging out and good for networking and stuff like that. And I just knew him. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I just went and I hung out with some people and then I actually got a chance to be in the movie.
Sure. Which movie was that?
It's called You Married That.
Okay.
I mean, I got, I'm a walk.
No, I got you. No,
yeah, I didn't like one camera.
No. I just was curious what it was. Yeah, because that's cool.
You Married That. A bunch of Instagram influencers, Jahan Jones, and April Jones.
Okay.
Yeah. So, cool movie, nice little story, comedy movie.
But like you said, you were on the set, hanging out with people.
Yeah.
Because your mom knew this makeup artist, and he was like, "Yeah, man, come on out,
Come and hang out." And I got to network. I got to meet Red Grant.
Oh, nice.
I had to meet Red Grant.
Wow.
I had to meet a couple other people. The guy from the Jamie Foxx show, Jahan Jones, because Jahan Jones is from he's from Vine, Instagram,
right.
YouTube, and just
blow up. Yeah,
and you gotta meet all these cool people.
Sure.
That were just like, yo, I've been watching people forever.
Right. You're looking at like, wow, this is it's a real thing.
So in those moments, you're like, yo, okay, cool. So I'm actually, doing something. Right?
Yeah.
Had another moment where kind of same situation. One of my friends, that I knew lives in Maryland, and he was in LA.
Mm-hmm.
He is a videographer. He was shooting videos for the guy's name is Ryder Boy, and Ryder Boy was doing a movie, and he was like, hey, I just need some extras, come out.
Sure.
And so I went there, hung out, and then they just needed a part,
mm-hmm.
and he was like, yo, called me. It was like, we just need you to play a bookstore manager. I was like, okay.
Now, bookstore manager, were you in the background, or you just
it was actually
how can I help you?
I actually got to talk on the camera.
That's key right there, man. It's all good, right?
Talk on the camera, which is like cool beans.
Yeah.
And that one is called Dream.
Okay.
So that will probably be on Netflix, by Ryder Boy.
Okay.
And that was cool. So I was like, there's moments where you have like those moments where
stepping stones.
Yeah, it just makes you keep going.
Yeah.
Like the big break, I know what's coming.
Sure.
And it's just, trying to just keep working at it. I would say there are moments where people, like, big breaks as far as, like, I keep going.
Right.
My friends would hit me up. They'd be like, my friend hit me up. He was like, you're not posting on TikTok.
Right.
And I have a TikTok, and I don't really post on it, but my friend was, like, going through my TikTok page. And
right.
He's like, yo, this is funny as fuck, dude. It's like, you should put on TikTok. So I was like, you think so? He's like, yo, he's watching it on the phone with me, cracking up.
Right.
And I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, those things is like...
Yeah, kind of giving you, like, tips like, hey, man, you're funny.
Yeah.
You need to be more regular on this because that stuff blows up. Yeah. And like you said, I mean, I kind of, I'm a young guy at heart.
Yeah.
But doing this show during the pandemic has introduced me to more people than I've ever not met, obviously, but people like, I hosted an event with Tyler. I was the actual, what do you call it, the DJ or the guest host. I was actually introducing all the bands, coming up in between sets in Los Angeles for 3 major bands in front of people.
Fuck yeah.
And I'm just hanging out, and like we're doing raffles, and we're just cutting up.
Yeah.
Because I did Tyler on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, money's one thing. Obviously, I'm more established at this time in my life, and I've had a great life, and so I never complain about that. For me, it's all about just having fun and making connections. And if something happens, something happens. Yeah. But you just do what you love, you're doing,
and it just comes out.
And things organically grow out of it.
Naturally, things happen. Like,
especially with your golden personality. I mean, you're easy to like. I mean, seriously.
I'm always chilling, dude. I don't really have too many issues.
You're not drama.
No, I can't do drama whatsoever. No drama whatsoever. These moments that you have these little breaks, it's like, it makes it, because like, most people it's like, oh man, I want to give up, and I'm going to like, just call it quits.
Yeah, just go do something else.
No, it's hard.
It's got to be a grind, for sure.
It's hard, like, one coming up, like, you're there to perform.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's make or break.
Right.
In those sets, you got to make sure that you're giving it 110% every time.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't deliver, you're like, oh shit, that could be the time that I needed.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's also not a good paying gig right now. I mean, you're not in it for the money.
Not in it for the money because you're not gonna get like crazy.
Where you're at.
Yeah.
Now, if you make it big, that's one thing. Yeah. But like you're saying, it's like right now you're not in it for the money. You're in it for the love and the goal to.
The love of it. Like, I just love I love making people laugh. I love making people feel good.
Sure.
And it's something I just enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Like money won't make me happy doing that. I do that.
You're happy regardless. Yeah.
Yeah, I do that naturally.
And that what comes out in people. And I know a lot of people say, oh, liking it. You can't liken it to a doctor or something. But you know what? Doctors are in it because if they truly are in it, other than money, they're in it because they want to help people heal, get better.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much any profession, if you're really good at it and you're genuine, it's because you want that other person on the other side to feel something or to get back. Yeah. And when you make people laugh, it's almost, it's very endorphin related. You get a high by watching us get a high from laughing. Very natural.
Better than that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one more thing that is something that somebody told me it was after a show,
Mm-hmm.
and this guy comes to me after the show, and he's like, man, he's like, yo, you really changed my life, dude.
Really?
And he was just like, I was not gonna come to this show tonight, and he was like, and I'm glad I came. He was just like, yo, cause like I just had the shittiest week, I had so much shit going on. He's like, I just want to just thank you.
Wow.
For just making me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know how to take this. I'm like, dude, I don't know how to like.
Yeah, you're like, okay, like.
Yeah, like it's
because you want to appreciate that, but you're like, wow, that's big.
Yeah. I didn't know how to like. And he's like, yeah, man, this is like, it just. Like, man, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Just really appreciate it. And I just the look that he gave me,
right.
It was like so sincere.
Sure.
And I was like, damn, this is like kind of why we do.
I was gonna say, then you probably almost got like a real self, like sense of. Yeah.
It's like a self thing of like, this is why we do this. It's like making people feel good. I was like, I didn't know like me doing my set tonight would change somebody's life.
Sure. Yeah, you wouldn't think that.
Yeah.
You're in your mind, you're like, I'm just there to make them laugh. Yeah. Now, in saying that, we're going to do one more shot. Well, we're going to do more than that. But we're going to break into the cognac. Now, this is a little bottle, right? It's from Flavier, which is a subscription whiskey thing. And this one's actually called Gillian Paintrou. That's from France. I don't know. Are you a cognac guy?
No.
I've literally never had cognac in my life.
Hennessy's cognac, right?
Yes, it is.
Hennessy's overrated.
My wife has had it, and she's like, it's good, but what's the big deal, right?
Yeah. Hennessy is very overrated.
Yeah, let's try it, man, for the first time. Ooh, this one's actually got a little toffee in it, so I'm hoping it's sweet. Ooh, that's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no whiskey, but
it's
smooth.
There's a weird aftertaste to it.
Yeah, it had a little bit of something in it. Well, I got the card here. It's got toffee, orange, pear, grape, honey. Good Lord. Elderberry, vanilla. It must have been all those things if you're not a big... How do you put grape in? That just seems weird.
That is weird.
That is weird, but it was good. I mean, good enough. So, first of all, you mentioned TikTok.
Yeah. What's
your TikTok? What's your address?
Tone D Mac is my TikTok.
Tone D. So T-O-N-D?
T-O-N-E-D.
Oh, so tone, like tone. D.
Mac. M-A-C-K.
Okay. All right.
T-O-N-E-D M-A-C-K.
All right, nice. And so even though you're starting out there,
I've
you're going to start putting out more stuff?
Yeah, I've put out a few TikTok videos.
Yeah.
And my always thing is just like, TikTok is like, it's very repetitive.
It is. And I kind of was on it, and then I kind of squashed it. Yeah.
And it's very like, it's very niche.
Right.
In a sense of like, they want the same thing.
Sure. The
like,
same song.
The same song, the same
the
same video. Like you want people to do the same exact thing,
but just someone else doing it.
It doesn't make sense to me. Like nobody appreciates original content anymore.
Right.
And that's just what I enjoy. It's like original content. Like if I see somebody make a video, I'm like, oh damn, that's cool as fuck. That doesn't make me want to go and do the same exact video.
Right. Yeah, you just appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate it for what it is. Like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And so that's what I'm struggling with on TikTok is like,
sure. Well, yeah, because you're now trying to do your own thing each time you post.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that gonna because it's not what everyone else is doing?
Yeah.
Right?
And then my friend told me, he was like, oh, it's a trend. He's like, you got to keep up with the trends. You got to post. And I just believe if you putting out good content, it doesn't matter if you're on a trend or not. It's just good content.
Right. Well, because we're wrapping up, we have to do another shot.
Yeah.
That quick, back to back. So we're gonna do Will It, which is one of my favorites. It's actually pot distilled, which
pot distilled.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's just, ooh, I gave you that before.
That's heavy.
You say yes. You admitted that's heavy, but the best part is it should be one of the best ones you like. So Will It, here we go. We'll explain pot distilled afterwards. That's my jam. That is so good to me. Now you may not like everyone's different.
That's good.
That's super smooth, right?
Really good.
It's a really good bottle. It's more on the high end side. Not like $300 bottle, but it's definitely a good size, a good price bottle. So let me ask you something. So what if you could design for me? First of all, do you remember what that gentleman do you remember what you said during that set, or do you have what that set was? I mean, how many times do you repeat a set, and as a comedian, do you come up with new material all the time?
Oh man, that's
because I've seen a couple comedians, and like a year later, and they still are doing the same stuff. Yeah.
So I constantly write new material.
And then how do you work on it? In the mirror? I mean,
No, I just get on stage and do it.
Okay, so you actually put stuff down in jokes.
So I literally will write up in time.
Sure.
Till the time that I gotta perform.
Okay.
So I can literally think of something 30 seconds before I get on stage, and I will try it out on stage.
But how do you remember it?
I don't.
It's just something.
I don't. I just like.
You're just cracking me up.
I just now I'm like recording my sets so I can go back and like, oh, I swear I said right there. It's funny because
Got it.
I realized some of my best sets are me just rambling. Dude.
Right.
Just me just talking.
Sure.
Like I'll have situations.
It's all real life though. It's
Yeah.
situational, but you're not really rehearsing it.
Yeah.
It's just you going off.
I can like, and if I feel like I'm rehearsing it, I feel like it's not authentic.
Right.
Because like I have so much material. Like since I just stopped working at AT&T, I have so much material working at AT&T.
From AT&T,
but
yeah.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I work at a dispensary now,
sure.
So I'm literally just coming up with dispensary material.
Yeah, and in your mind, I mean, I've done some stuff. I've written down some jokes, just even though I would never try that right now at my age. But I mean, you just feel like bullet points.
Yeah.
And even if I'm doing something at work, and I'm like, okay, I gotta remember this.
Yeah.
I literally just one word.
Yeah.
And that's all you gotta remember
That's
is
it.
when you're on the stage, and if someone looks at you or does something, you can even go off set. I remember you talking to the audience a little bit, and different comedians, they can actually like go, okay, this guy's got a hat, he's married to a hot girl, and he's ugly as hell.
Yeah.
I can just bring that up first, like, and just get the icebreaker that he looks like shit and she's hot. You know, I remember somebody doing that. Yeah.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta like, when you go out to do stand up, is like you want to connect with the audience immediately.
Right.
Like don't go in. Most comedians they'll go out and they'll just start
do their set.
Just start doing your set, and it's like, yes, you want to do your set, but you also want to connect with the audience.
Sure.
Because that's what's gonna make the audience enjoy your set because. You've actually connected with them. You actually took time out of your set, 10, 20 seconds or whatever, to just acknowledge them. They're going to sit through your entire set.
Right.
Even if you bomb, they're going to watch it.
Okay.
Because you took the time out to connect with them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because honestly, the feedback from the front audience, and they're like, okay, he pulled me in.
Yeah.
I went to the Madhouse with Rafa. And they were really doing a good job. Each comedian was pulling up different people, but he kept hitting on this one guy. Yeah. But each time, some of them just came in, they didn't even know that guy was hit on earlier.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, you look like, and they were like, they didn't realize it.
Somebody already said it.
Yeah, but he was kind of laughing at it. He was like, dude, I must be a straight target because the way I look, you know. Yeah. But everyone laughed regardless because it was something, they were like, oh shit, I didn't know you already, you know what I'm saying? But it was just so genuine because... They make a connection with the audience.
You got to.
So before we do our last shot, what would your 2 to 3 year, not plan, but in the next 2 to 3 years, if you could design how it would go, just summarize how that would happen. What would you like it to look like?
I do want to be. I want to perform for colleges.
Okay.
Do stand up for colleges.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just recently went to Vegas and I met the dude who works for NACA.
Okay.
And this is the guy that does all the comedy stuff, all the entertainment stuff for colleges. And he's like, you can be performing for colleges, easy money.
So let me ask you, I don't know what that entails. Yeah. So are you saying you're doing it in front of the students?
Yeah.
And
students and staff in college.
Is it just to build their, like, it's just a comedy? It's like it's a niche
well,
that
like,
they created?
You know how, like, colleges, they have all this free money that they got to get rid of?
Okay.
They just hold like a fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
Black Lives Matter.
I got you. Okay. Yeah.
They're just having like a fun night and they just want some entertainment.
I got it.
And you just show up.
They do it. Okay, got it. But you're getting paid pretty good.
Yeah, getting paid pretty good from just a college.
Nice.
So I want to do a couple colleges. I want to tour a little bit.
Yeah, because you've kind of only done the East Coast.
So I've done Maryland, Pennsylvania, San Diego, LA, Vegas.
Vegas is good.
I think that is.
Yeah, but it's still early.
Yeah,
you've only been out here 2 years, and you've already
done
done Vegas, San Diego, and that's kind of a big deal.
Pretty still.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna LA. Yeah. I want to like tour a little bit. That's pretty much.
But I mean, ultimately, your goal is to be comedy. 100%, right?
Just
to make at least enough living.
Yeah, I mean, just there's comedians that you don't know of that are rich. That just do private gigs.
Sure.
And private gigs pay them more, $3,000, $4,000, $50,000.
Well, it's funny. I paid Rafa and Josh, his buddy with the beard. I don't know if you ever met him.
Yeah, Josh Krebs?
Yeah. That I paid them for my 50th wedding anniversary. I mean, 25 wedding anniversary with my wife a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Each, $150 each.
Yeah.
Just to come up for an hour and do 2 sets. I mean, I know it wasn't rich, but I mean, like, that's a small time, let alone people that are doing it for the big people.
I got paid $150 to do comedy on Zoom. then have
for like what, 10 minutes?
Then have to leave my house, man.
Yeah, that's, sure, any day, right?
Yeah, it's like $150 to not leave my house and do comedy. Of course, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Take that anytime.
Yeah.
So college is touring. Just getting better.
Yeah.
Maybe
working on your craft.
Maybe do another movie.
Yeah. I can see you in real movies. Like, yeah. I mean, just saying, like, not because you actually have a good face for the screen.
Yeah.
Not everyone does. No offense, but you actually have a good face for it. You have good height. Your build, everything. I think it's funny. So if you could actually do kind of like the, I love the Fox brothers. I mean, not Fox brothers, the Wayans brothers.
Yeah. Wayans brothers.
They're just genuine. I love those guys. I mean, they're one of my favorite. Like trio of brothers, and just watch. I just see you, kind of getting into that. So it'd be great.
Them, so any type of like sketch show, I want to put out. So now that we're gonna more content.
Sure.
I want to do something like a late night type thing, because I took a late night writing class.
Okay.
And I already knew this, but I didn't know it was like another form of like comedy. The late night writers, they just do like news stuff. Like Conan O'Brien.
Sure. Yeah. They're the writers. Yeah.
And I got warped into watching Conan O'Brien. I was just
who's like the man.
Fucking.
He is the genius to me.
Fucking favorite late night writer.
He is a great.
Or late night show, and I'm just like, he's fucking hilarious.
He is amazing.
And I'm like, he's hilarious. And like, I immediately once I started doing it, I started like writing like late night jokes.
Right.
And I was like, well, there should be like a spin on this. I have to figure out how to do a spin on it.
Right.
So I'm kind of something like that.
Yeah, working on some shit on your own. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're 29. You're super young. You're super driven.
Still young.
Plus, you do weed, so you can come up with all kinds of good shit.
Yeah, the weed will. Sometimes weed helps you out.
Yeah, it helps you be creative. It is creative. Yeah.
And it also makes you sleepy too.
Well, you need that when you're up late nights. You got to find a way to fall asleep.
Yeah, I have no work-life balance with like sleeping and working.
Yeah, you just do it, and then when you sleep, you sleep.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Sleeping for me now, like I feel like the last 3 weeks have been crazy, dude. Like I've been purging, no sex. I'm like mental clarity though.
Oh, okay.
Mental clarity.
Yeah, good for you.
And that helped me get back focused to like, a lot of stand-up stuff. Getting back and
like less party and chaos. More like let's get back
like
to it.
Straight to it. Like, and I wanted to go out and have fun, and now I just like, you know what? Let me just cut everybody off and get back. Just like, get on the grind.
Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me that Thursday night.
I appreciate it.
It led to it. Yeah.
I'm always, I don't do too much.
It was good. It was chill. It was a chill night, but I mean, it was legendary. We got to meet Chuck Liddell. It was very legendary.
Chuck Liddell.
I mean, hello. You were like, you got a nice picture of him.
I can take Chuck Liddell. I can take him. You hear that, Chuck Liddell? I'm trying to have a celebrity boxing match.
Oh God, he would still kick your ass. He would kick both of our asses.
Look, we could do 2-on-1.
Yes.
Take Chuck Liddell.
I have a black belt, but in Taekwondo.
A black belt in Taekwondo?
Yes.
Are you whooping ass like that?
3.5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
But Chuck Liddell still probably turned me into a pretzel, brother.
It took you 3.5 years to get a black belt.
Yeah, it's a long time. I went 3 days a week too. Dedicated, man. That's all you do, really. Yeah, it was crazy. All the kids are black belts. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're not actually leaving here alive. So. He didn't know he set up. So we're doing Don Julio. This is Don Julio. Yeah, this is tequila, man. We're finishing on tequila for some reason.
This will be this the last one?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We're fading out.
Fading out to Shouts to Don Julio.
Yeah, it's a good bottle. That was a gift for the 25th wedding anniversary, so I figured I'd bring it out.
25 years of marriage, eh?
Yes.
God, how do you do it?
It's been fun, but it's been hard. The kids keep you together, man. Love, bro. Sex is actually the key.
You said
sex is the key.
Sex is the key to most relationships.
Now, it changes the taste, but that's smooth, right?
I like it. Ooh.
Have you ever had Don Julio?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's a good one, though. The
big,
dark.
Big tequila.
Oh, okay. And you went with the whiskeys first. That was interesting. I thought you would open up with
that.
that.
I mean, like, I just kind of just seen it. I was just like, oh, it's all whiskeys. Whiskey first.
Red Eye was still probably the fave.
Red Eye is definitely my favorite.
Well, good. Well, Tony, it has been a joy of having you on.
Thank you.
Let's go Instagram and Facebook. How do we find you?
Instagram, Tony D Mac.
Oh, same thing.
Same thing. That's for everything. Facebook, Anthony D Mcilwain.
All right. Facebook's always got those boring names.
Yeah,
you
Facebook's
real
my
name.
government. Like, don't friend my dad because so you gotta look for my face, not my dad's face, because we have the same name.
Oh, okay. That's funny. Well, I am giving you a gift tonight. Extra large Whiskey Wednesday shirt. So thank you for being a guest. Everyone gets one. Make sure you wear it on stage at one point in your life. And if you
Whiskey Wednesdays.
Yeah, man. That's the show. I'm gonna get them in black too for the winter. Those were summer shirts during the pandemic.
Should get like long sleeves.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's my next one. Thank you. Good tip. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for Tony being on the show. Check him out pretty much everywhere. Just Google him. He's there.
Google me. Google You're Gonna Be Okay podcast.
You're Gonna Be Okay podcast. Okay.
Yeah, that's my podcast.
Oh, you got one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I want everybody to be okay.
There you go.
And yeah, that's
it. Mental Health Awareness Month still, September.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the mental.
Okay.
Health. But I just came up with the name because I just thought it was something cool. But it's just conversations with people. That's pretty much.
There you go. Nice. That's kind of what this is.
Yeah,
tell me your story.
And you're gonna be okay.
All right, brother. Well, have a good night, everybody. Check out. Peace.
Bye.